am Patrice. I am a singer, songwriter, and a voice coach who has been in this industry for over 10 years. And so the really, really cool thing that I always say about having that many years into the industry, as a coach in particular, is you start to notice things that work and things that don't work. Right? And that's my sole mission here, is to really point out to you the things that I've noticed in that time that have led artists and singers to success, and then the things that just don't. And so today I want to talk about something that can come up quite frequently with my artists when we're in lessons and we're talking about their practice. And this is 3 reasons you are not progressing. So let's dive in. So what's the first reason that you may find yourself not progressing? Well, it can be that your practice routine is not actually benefiting you. So what do I mean by that? Over and over, I'll have artists, they'll come and they'll say, Patrice, I just feel like I'm not progressing. And I'll be like, okay, let's take a look at this. Well, first and foremost, I've learned to kind of go, what is your practice routine like? Like outside of the lesson, what are you doing? And so with a little digging, I'll start to notice a trend with certain people that feel like they're just not progressing. And that is that they're actually not practicing correctly. They're singing songs. Like, but I'm singing songs. Like, that's wonderful. But I want to give you a little bit of a reality check here. Just singing songs is not going to make you a better singer. Because the truth of the matter is, if you are not implementing your warm-ups and your scales, right, drilling those in, if you're not doing your breathing, if you're not doing lip rolls, if you're not doing all this fundamental stuff, which, by the way, if you want some of these and you don't have this, be sure to check the link below because I have a freebie to my course, Learn to Sing Like the Pros, and you can get that all for free. So there will be no excuses. So that being said, over and over, it's kind of like inevitable that it will be like, yeah, well, I'm singing songs, but I'm actually not drilling certain things in. And it's, you have to think about things sometimes too, to put it in perspective. Like think about an Olympian, right? Someone who's getting ready for the Olympics. They're not just running. They're not just swimming laps. Like there's intense drilling that goes in, right? They're doing physical training, they're doing stretching, because they know that those things are going to lead them to success. They're going to help get quicker time or keep them flexible for jumping or whatever it may be. There is intense training, and it isn't just doing the thing. It's not just them running. It's not just them throwing all the different, it's not just them skiing. There's technical things that they know benefit them. And you don't have to, the thing about this is, right, is you don't need to just take my word for it. Go watch videos of people who are successful in your arena, and you're going to start to notice these trends. These famous singers, they're still doing warm-ups prior to their shows, right? They're still potentially with vocal coaches. I'd argue most likely all of them, good chunk of them are, or they have really great programs that they just implement on a weekly basis because they know that leads to success. They know that their chances of injury are less when proper things are implemented. So that's what I would say to you. You have to be real with yourself. If you find yourself kind of like, why am I not progressing? I'm singing. I want for you to really take a look at your routine and go, am I drilling in the things that are going to lead me to success? Because if I'm not drilling in my tongue placement, for example, and learning how to utilize my tongue for singing, I'm going to run into problems. You know, I'm going to continue to be like, I'm singing the song, but why do I keep struggling on this high note? And it's like, oh, because the muscle memory hasn't kicked in to really help there. And so that's what I would say there is number 1, is just be real and check that out. Number 2, kind of all of these pieces kind of go hand in hand, and that is not being disciplined, right? Some people might be doing the right practice routines, but they're not disciplined enough to be doing it consistently. And consistency leads to results. The more you consistently do something, the more action you put into something in the right kind of way, because that's important, right? You don't want to just be running without good technique, and that leads to results. Just kind of like the singing songs, right? You're not just going to keep singing songs. That's not going to lead to results. So, but the right practice, doing the right kind of stuff and being consistent with it will lead to success. And I'd probably say in the years that I've been kind of studying people, I make it a practice quite frequently as I'm getting ready to watch videos of people that I admire or just people that have been at the top of their game. And I found over and over that a lot of people talk about talent being not as important as people may think, and discipline is really what overrides it. I remember Will Smith talking about, he's like, I'm not the most talented actor, but I'm the most disciplined actor. And that really stuck with me because I admire him, and I was like, he's a really great actor, and he takes on all these different roles and so forth. And it was just an interesting thing to hear him say that he doesn't even perceive himself as the most talented. He just knows the value and the importance of being disciplined and when you're taking on a role and really diving into that there. So for you, it's like being disciplined to make sure that you get your practice in. Be disciplined to send those emails out to gigs. Be disciplined to do stuff for social media. Depends on what your goals are with singing, right? But when you don't, you're not going to see results. And what kind of happens with that when we're not disciplined and we're not doing those kinds of things, we kind of fall off of it. And then it becomes like, oh yeah, no, that really doesn't work. That's not for me. It's only for certain people. Like I hear this stuff over and over. When really, the last part I'll say to that too is that with the consistency, with the action, comes the talent. So for me, I don't even care if you walk in my doors or we meet and you're talented or not. It's kind of like, are you disciplined? Can you put in the work? Are you willing to put in the work? Because it's not always glamorous, right? And you'll see that in any field over and over. It doesn't have to just don't have to just listen to me. Go watch some people. So that being said, you're going to see that through the action comes the talent, comes the results, comes that great voice. And that also doesn't mean that it's going to happen in a month or 2 months. And I think that's another thing that people fall into is they're not disciplined for the consistency for the long run, right? And that's a lot of times what happens with this. A lot of times in business in general, and as an artist, your business can take 2 to 5 years for it to really establish, right? But I guess if I understand that, I know what I'm going to get myself in for. And that doesn't mean too that you're not going to have wins along the way. That doesn't mean that you're not going to find success along the way. It just means that if you really want to build a career, and I would say if you're really going for a top level on the artistry end of it, it can take 10 years. And that's just starting to scratch the surface. So that's what I pass on there is be disciplined. You know, if you're not seeing progression, be real with yourself again and just kind of be like, how's my practice routine? Okay, that's good. You know, but am I actually getting that in? And one of the third reasons that I will find people, and it's not necessarily, hopefully, I don't think so, the artists walking through my doors because I have my program that I built off of years of experience in the key technical things that work. But I'll find people just in meeting them, they're like, I'm not progressing, and they won't have the knowledge, right? So that being said, you could have a practice routine down or have something established. You could be disciplined and kind of getting that stuff in. But if you're missing the actual key elements that you really need to be a successful singer, if you don't have breathing technique, if you don't have, how to warm up the voice, how to place the sound, all of those things there, you're going to tend to not progress. So the best thing that you can do is seek out and find those ahead of you or those programs that are established and have creative results and get that knowledge. It's like me. If I find an area that I'm interested in, I've learned that I need to really study it, that I can't be lackadaisical about it. I can't not confront it and just kind of try and find pieces here and there, because I've done that. And still, even now, I'll like sometimes do that. And then I'll catch myself and I'll be like, okay, if I really want to be invested, if I really want success in this area, I need to understand it. I need to study it. I need to find the people that can give me the knowledge that are ahead of me there. And so that's what I would say to you there. If you're not progressing, just do a quick check. Make sure it's like, geez, do I have a program that's established, that has technical tools, exercises, understanding behind how to create a healthy, good, natural voice? And if not, again, I'm going to say underneath this video for free, I have for you a link, and that is the first part of my vocal program. So I can give that to you. So you have that there. But if it's not me, then go find someone. That's fine. As long as you're, I just want to pass this on to you, as long as you're finding those tools, because it will be a roadblock that will stop you in your progression. So I hope this helps. As always, be sure, subscribe. I have weekly content. I want to be able to help you out there. Comment below if you're running into anything so I can help you out. Until next time, I hope you have a fabulous day.